Sanibonani, Mabuyane, greetings everyone. Yalamukela with the Girls Table Talk Show where we talk about issues that affect young women. My name is Bekezela Mguni and I'm your host in today's show. We have just voted and I want to understand as people, what are we expecting njengabantu abaqeda ukuvota now that the president, MPs, Lama councillors have been sworn in. But I'll let you guys introduce yourselves before sikhulumeni ngendaba yokuthi njengoba sesivotile sirede okungakanani sikhangeleleni from our duty bearers.
Hi everyone, I'm Claude Phuthi from Bulawayo Progressive Residents Association. I'm the programs manager there.
My name is Nyoni from the panel.
My name is Makepeace Ndlovu. I'm a youth from Plum.
I have two young women from rural areas. I take it they were registered to vote and they voted. But I want to find out from you, what are your expectations from our MPs and your councillors?
I think thina njengama youth want esabe siku-expectile lathi kuma MPs lama councillors si-expect ukuthi labo besincedise like ezintweni ezinjengama projects basincedise ezintweni ezinjengama projects njengama youth.
Over to you,
Okay, I think the best idea that we can do is like so far we know that our youths are more into drugs, are more into alcohol. So I was suggesting maybe like our councillors could help in bringing up project, like they say for games, they bring up games which youths can partake in and can enjoy there rather than going on drugs and stuff, because that's what most of the youths are. Even they are leaving schools and they are more into drugs. So I thought maybe like the best idea we could do is like bring more of our projects, games, works, like our youths get entertained and so forth.
Their expectations from my MPs and their councillors are lama projects that keep them busy, because the majority of them are now doing drugs. I'm not one of them, so that's what they are saying. I want to know something from you, Claude. Local governance, like the hierarchy from mayor. I've seen the conversations around the mayor with Bulawayo, so please make me understand what mayor wenzani, ulobani local governance njalo kubani wenza
Maybe just to start, local governance you're closer to the people for starters. Yes. In Dabandu must city government. There's central government. When you come down to local government, Kates will see an introduction in provincial councils. There are provincial councils, so provincial council now Mausubuya mayor ngapha. Your city city council. A city council in Kates. In Bulawayo traditionally we used to have 29 councillors. So from those 29 councillors, Kates edition councillors special women's quota and abangenayo. So Kates we have an additional 9. And so what will happen now? You start seeing a situation bonke masebesoni sebecojiwe. As we saw Bulawayo last week, so from those councillors, so mayor or deputy mayor from those. So within themselves, vote. So a mayor is literally the leader, yama councillors. And from there, then you have your administrative officials, or town clerk or Christopher Dube. So I'm a mayor, and then you find I'm a councillors, what is their role? But legislative role whereby they have to revise even ama bylaws. You find we are always complaining with ama bylaws to say madala. So it is the duty of our councillors through our committees which we revise our bylaws on allow. So that's another role of our councillors. And the mayor plays a leadership role in terms of what team whatever decisions that are made are hammered through him. And whatever position yama councillors is eyenzwayo njalo ikhulunywa ngumayor kumbe ngudeputy mayor usuconsider ukuthi umayor akakho yena ma umayor ngekho, so udeputy mayor steps in to become the mayor. Yeah.
Do we understand kodwa akutshoyo ukuthi ukhona ukuthi umeya lo deputy mayor bakhethwa njani because athi thina savotela councillor savotela MP savotela president siyazwisisa ukuthi umeya lo deputy mayor bakhethwa njani lokuthi ngokubona. Do we know like angeke ngikhulume ngakhathesi because we've just voted but emuva what can you say about ama-MPs and your councillors la elivela khona belibazi bebesenza umsebenzi? What comment would you say if you were asked about your councillor or MP from where you come from?
Okay, as for me, lunch engivele plummed. Ama-councillors ethu ngathi ebesenza kahle.
But ukuwazi.
Ukuba wazi ngiwazi.
What do you mean most by how did you rate them?
Yeah, because bebesenzela izinto nje ezinhle besithi singacomplaina like ngolutho olwenza phansi, especially amanzi akhe abehlupha kakhulu ePlant manje seni balungisisa indaba khona amanzi akhathesiwe amanzi vele kasahluphi sesi right.
That's awesome. Let's asizwe ukuthi elupani our things councillor bethu labo MPs bethu bayayenza umsebenzi wabo.
To be honest, angibazi, but I know ukuthi they do like umsebenzi wabo. For example, like bafake like ama-toilets, they are building toilets at tennis building yakhona is there so far that I know, and ulamanzi ama-newsstands what is it called, we usually call it them like sebebafakele khona amanzi. Yeah, that's what I know so far, but I think they are doing well.
I'm a young person, ngihlala khona la eMadoda, and I like ngikhulume emuva kade sengani ngiyabona MP wami engamazi ukansila engamazi la mina engihlala khona like ngiyabe ngilapha endlini la eminyango kudlulisa uthi. And you said you are from Bulawayo Progressive Area. So, what's your role as Bulawayo Progressive Residents Association? Ebantwini abanjengami ngincedisa njani umuntu university mina ukhansi like that ukuthi uyayenza umsebenzi. Lapha engihlala khona kugijimisa ukuthi I don't even know why I voted. La mina ngivota ngangekho sure ukuthi does this person that I'm voting for deserves my vote or not? How do you come in endaweni ezinjalo?
Okay. So Tina is Pupra, in short. What we do is we are more of it is a link up between the residents, lama duty bearers, be it MPs, be it your local authorities, or city councils, be it your councillors, and we also create platforms whereby city. Anjo wabuye ebantwini wenza izithembiso. Nanzi izithembiso zakho la. Namba abantu la. Hlanganani ngesesoxoxa ukuthi what have you done so far? Like for instance, we will be starting, especially the newly elected councillors. We carry out like capacity building workshops. You know ukuthi umuntu uyakwanisa ukukhethwa, but you from experience you find ukuthi abanye abakwazi ukuthi kumele bayenzeni vele. What is their role? And khonokhana ukuthi umuntu akhethwe engakwazi ukuthi kumele ayenzeni exactly. Kuyamenza it compromises them in terms of bakwanisa kubasebenzisa maybe ukwenza izinto ezingekho emthethweni. Baswe ama-tender processes lana issue ama-stands lana. So what we do we carry out ama-capacity building trainings ukuthi njengo-councillor nazi into omele uzenze. Secondly, we will be doing what we call ama-social contracts between ama-councillors lama-residents. Siyathatha ucouncillor buye ehholo, for instance sibabize emahholo futhi masibize emahholo bese ngu-ward 16 sibiza ku-ward 16 lezakhamizi zonke zika-ward 16, not only ama-members ebhubha but wonke umuntu oyisakhamuzi, wonke umuntu ohlala khonapho kuleyo ndawo buya ehholo. Asiqale phansi baba wabuya lezithembiso ezinje zakhamizi linelifunani nazi linama-priority areas ethu. Like you said, indaba yamasuwa, there are areas in Bulawayo whereby abantu we have now normalized ukuthi amasuwa vele ageleza every day. So what happens is siyabiza zakhamizi nanga ama-priority areas ethu, we create ama-social contracts, then we can use those social contracts to rate i-performance kaCouncillor. Councillor, nazi izinto awuthe wena uzazenza manje usungene nje wasucotshiwe, are you doing those things? ABC, then our residents will actually rate those. Then we can actually use those, one, to come up with our publications with ama-councillors during this term are performing so. So we use that in terms of even to inform ukuthi maphambili, even that must train ama-councillors, we know ukuthi this is a capacity gap ekhona, because omunye umuntu can asiyakwanisa ukuthi sithi ka-perform, but it's not ukuthi ka-perform, ngakwazi vele ukuthumela yenzeni. So it's all about ukumqalisisa ukuthi aqala abe le appreciation ukuthi yini omela yenze. I know ukuthi abantu usually rate uCouncillor kabuye ezimfeni lani. Constitutionally akukho khona ukunthumela abuye ezimfeni, but thina ngenxa ukuthi umuntu thina sithi kumele abe lobuntu lobuya. So izimfa, you've become another platform ukuthi abantu get an appreciation, especially emalokishini kithi get an appreciation ukuthi awuCouncillor wethu now. So at the end of the day, what we encourage now, what councillors are visible, and what you should know is each and every councillor is given a slot, especially Bulawayo. I don't know how my local authorities do. They are given a slot to each and every month. They are supposed to conduct a feedback meeting or a consultative meeting, and they are given venues for free by local authorities. So my councillor got what one, will access to a small city hall to carry out your own feedback meetings. Ukuthi abantu bebekwazi nazi izinto ezenzakala eCouncilini khathesi. Bantu lina lifuna kumbe nazi indaba ezihluphayo abantu lifuna sizibambe njani. Kulama budget meetings omela yenziwe khathesi. I think local authorities by October mele sebe submitile to i-ministry. They are supposed to come back to ebantwini using ama ward feedback meetings wona ukuthi hayi bantu i-budget yakhathesi ka-2024 sibesifisa ukuthi ibe nje so kumbe lina abantu lifisa ukuthi ngabe yikuyini esikuqhakathekisayo. Siqhakathekisa ukuthi si-repair ama-pipe amanzi, siqhakathekisa ukuthi si-repair ama-sewer, kumbe siqhakathekisa ukuthi hayi sesayakha ama-buildings amatsha like usisi wami said here, talked about issue ama-youth ukuthi they are now into drug and substance abuse. Through ama-youth policies, local authorities, they are supposed to address such things. But at least we have facilities whereby you find ukuthi ama-youth they can kudala kwakulama parks, well-functional parks. Ukuthi umuntu uhambe echitha isizungu khona ngale. You find ukuthi ama-youth academy they don't have ama-facilities on la money, and the times have moved. We have digitalized. We are supposed to have ama-hubs whereby people can actually utilize ama-computers land. If it's at a cost, it's supposed to be at an affordable cost. Ukuthi noma mbani within a community can actually access those.
And I think khathesi emuva it's because I didn't have much knowledge on issues to do with local governance and voting and everything. But khathesi sengani lami ngiyabona, sengingani ngibe-interest. So if it happens ukuthi yena lo khathesi okhona uCouncillor kabonakala, I'm allowed to come to you guys as Bukra, and you will make sure ukuthi uyancedisa anytime. Let's say uyabuya ngakwazi or kabuyi totally sesibaningi as young people are saying hayi thina uCouncillor udivela zimbo. So ngihambuya kini ngiyakwazi ukuncedisa ukuthi yes beke kulo uCouncillor wena ubuward 10 ngubani, and we'll make sure ukuthi uCouncillor naye uyabuya on ground uyenziwa ama-budget meetings lani as young people kube lethe, because you said something about izakhamizi. You guys are saying it bad. Azosakhamuzi mina. So ngathiwa kule mhlangano yezakhamizi mina sengitsala because ngiyamenzitha ngiyakhanga, you know. So it's easier nxa kuthiwa kulo mhlangano, but I understand where you're coming from. Ukuthi kithi thina sometimes ngiyabe ngakwazi lokuthi mina like what you're saying ukuthi kulama feedback meeting every month, I didn't know that. This is new to me. So imagine vele kulo munye umuntu ongazi lutho, and they are saying uCouncillor ngabo because asikwazi vele ukuthi kulama meetings awabamba. But ukhulume ngeBhukha wathi iBhukha baya organize lezi meetings. iBhukha le Bulawayo. So ufuna ukuzwisisa ukuthi lina lapha livela khona, we know of such organizations, right? Angazi vele organizations kumbe association ezenza ukuthi if you guys cannot reach out to your councillors bayakwanisa ukulihlanganisela ama-meetings, and do you guys attend ama-feedback meetings? Nxa kungathiwa khona ubelani njengami lithi no kuthe inhlangano yezakhamizi mina
like vele lapha evela khona bajayele ukuthi izakhamizi azibuye emhlanganweni kuyenza imhlangano, so like ama-youth mase kuthiwa izakhamizi thina sesibona ngani uhamba omama abayibo vele abadala abalezindlu, abantu abadala thina sesisalele emuva ngoba kuthiwa izakhamizi, and mina ngingekho ngingasosakhamizi leso, so kunzima ukuthi ngihambe.
Thank you so much. I'm sure he has something to say. Uthini happiness wena uyahamba yini emhlanganweni? But uyakuyizwa.
Ngiyizwe, but then yabona ama-youth ale that thing yokutshelana, like siyatshelana uzothi kunomhlangano uzothi uhamba ubani kulowo bani, and sometimes you tend not to go, but then to be honest vele uma kulabadala asihambi njengoba maybe sisaba loba sihamba we don't have the voice to speak out, sisaba ukuthi like babe bezathi bethi, but then asihambi because ngeke kungavumi kuya kulabadala sisaba khona lokho.
We are the same people abakhalayo sithi khona selihambe eParliament lakhohlwa ngathi sesikukhethile councillor sikhohlwa ngezikhalazo zethu, so alifuni ukuya emhlanganweni. Mina ngithi it's okay, vele ngeke ngihambe emhlangano yezakhamizi but ngifuna kwenziwe ukuze lawe ufeel ukuthi okay, because mina Claude ngikholela ukuthi when these people want us to vote bayangilanda ngingumuntu omusha ku social media and they go out abathi ukuthi mina ngahamba kuphela esitho ngiza ngizi imanifesto yami ngizayizwela esitho, but they go all out basilande kuma WhatsApp message kuma WhatsApp basilande ngathi. So I expect the same ngama feedback meetings because these cultures zethu. But I want to hear from them as young people, and I am happy you're also a young person. So yeah, nifuna kwenziweni ukuthi ufeel ukuthi lathi we are included as young people, and kunzima ukuhamba kukhona omunye umuntu oyathi mina into engehlulayo I attend these meetings, but uzathi uyathi umubona abadala sebekukhangela sokuthiwa lo la uyapha, so sibalekela khona. So lathi sifuna wethu ama-meetings kodwa but lina lifuna kwenziweni la elizakwazi khona ukukhuluma usiphakamise insando uthi nobani ngana ngiqale ngicabange kusashoda like ozafila ukukhululeke khona.
Mina I think kumele lathi as ama-youth besenzele awethu ama-meetings sisodwa, because ziningi izinto esabe sifuna ukuzikhuluma ngenxa yokuthi mase kubizwa ama-meeting kuthiwa abadala sokuhamba abadala thina esilakho sifuna ukukhuluma sakukhuluma sesihlala nje lakho enhlizweni but kusihlupha, but ziningi izinto esabe sifuna ukuthi lathi sihlanganelane labo MP labo councillor bethu sizikhulume besizwisise njengama-youth lathi.
Mama-youth these days are more active with social media and stuff. So I think it's best to like maybe sikhulume kuma-groups or meet sisodwa like ama-youth vele as she said ukuthi sisaba and stuff sisakwanisa ukumindlela abantu abadala sicabanga ukuthi bashatsha, but then if we are youth ourselves singakwanisa ukuthi speak out noba sijajwa ngama-youth we find more fun uma singama-youth sisodwa rather than abadala. So I think if we like maybe as I said like ama-games and stuff, maybe babiza ama-games sibe lama lunch together and stuff sibe sisodwa, then from after that we can talk about these issues sisodwa. I think it would be more understandable rather than just abadala.
I'm happy Claude is also a young person. So I take it there is something that you guys are doing in this program to make sure you cater for their needs, and I'm happy you probably taking notes somewhere kukhona lokho la khona ukuthi bathe bafuna ama-games not ama-meetings la kuthiwa ngabadala. But is there anything that you guys are thinking of doing njengoba besitsho ukuthi besicela ukuthi lingathi mina lo mamami sikhule from a patriarchal society where you feel as a woman you don't have a voice. It's even worse when you have to voice into okwazi kahle ukuthi mama because kunje asithi nisukume ngithi mina ngofisa wami bengifisa ukuthi kwakhiwe igaba. I'm a young person, that's what I want, but kulo mama I'm not saying ngithanda amabhawu, but I'm just saying ukuthi kule into ephansi ongeke uyikhulume phambi komzali. But that's what you want as a young person. So is there anything that you guys are doing ukuthi lenze sure ukuthi akisivalele iphakhe as young people njengomuntu omutsha mhlawumbe?
Like I said, udla ngobibizelo ehlalo liyacho progressive.
Yes.
So for us, we have a portfolio. Like how we are structured is we have an executive council, we have a board, and then Slama ward structures. And part of those ward structures, we have a portfolio specifically for youth. That is spearheaded, and you have to be a youth in order to hold that portfolio. Let's say you are over 14, then say secretary for youth. No, you have to be a youth. It's a prerequisite to be a youth. So we use those portfolios to gather my voices of my youth across the city. Then we also hold these meetings specifically for our youth, because we believe in creating subspaces where abantu can be able to express themselves, because we know how we are, or from the societies lapho sisuka khona. Abanye abantu it might be hard ukuthi abe semhlanganweni lese uhlezi lo babakhe angakhuluma lutho maybe kavumelani lalo yena. It will be hard ukuthi akuvoice emphakathini. So we actually create those safe spaces ukuthi hayi buyani nje ama youth, this is the topic of the day. Yeah, for instance, and also there's a downside, especially in my youth, that I've seen. You've seen our budget consultations. There's a specific day lapho dedicated on, especially in Bulawayo, whereby they say namhla sifunguza ama views ama youth. The last budget, I think all ama youth about 15 in a big city like Bulawayo. Maybe at times it might be issues of short notice or information dissemination ukuthi maybe ayifinyelelanga kubontanga, like osisibam said ukuthi there are spaces whereby ama youth meet. You find ukuthi kule social media, are we utilizing social media to gather ama views abantu yini? You find ukuthi very few institutions are actually utilizing that, creating ama safe spaces. Labo Twitter space these days, you can actually use a Twitter space to actually gather even ama views ama youth. We respect that. We utilize those platforms as an association. And we also, Tina, for instance, ngithi mina as Claude nginje ngila, I see me decide inhlelo zama youth. Claude inhlelo zi informa ngama youth ukuthi Tina sifisa ukuthi sibe le nhlelo ezinje so. You have an MP that is not forthcoming. We can make it possible ukuthi Tina silihlanganise lo MP we. We will personally look for that MP. We will personally, Tina is an organization, silidingela venue, silihlanganise forward the agenda ukuthi hayi nazi into abafisa ukukhuluma ngazo baba. Kumbe umama ama youth athi wena ubuyi one, ama youth alezifisa ezinje ABCD, because there are funds available that are actually available kule zinto zabo CDF, constituency development funds, kule zinto zabo 3% retention funds. Ama youth should be informing with how are those funds, how those funds are supposed to be utilized. Youth are supposed to be informing ukuthi ama funds onalawa asebenzani within ama communities abo, because constitutionally kule nto ethiwa devolution. I-National Development Blueprint yethu Zimbabwe, NDS1, speaks about citizen participation, the importance of citizen participation. It speaks about devolution, actually informing ukuthi ama projects ahamba njani. And by devolution, you are saying, let the people decide into abazifuna. Let communities inform development. Because if you don't do that, you find a scenario whereby ngizabuya mina nguyakhela ibridge phambi kwangini. Kanti vele ibridge awulidingi. Yeah. But there is a certain need, like you mentioned earlier, ukuthi maybe kule ndawo zamasuwa. Maybe sewer reticulation, it needs to be addressed as a community. Maybe that's the priority need. Let the people inform our priority areas. Let people inform how funds are supposed to be used. Like I said, ama youth they are supposed to inform what ama funds kumele asetshenziswe njani. Mabefuna ground enje, let them decide ukuthi bayifuna ground enje. As an MP, your duty is not to decide ukuthi mina ngithi. No. Wena uyisithunywa sabantu. As a councillor uyisithunywa sabantu. We have a representative democracy lapha elizweni. Uhamba lapha ngoba sikuthumile. Oqala vele that representative role you lie. So when as an elected official okukhipha emlonyeni wakho kumele kube yinto ephuma uma communities.
For someone like me or such information. You talked about youth meeting. Such information, is there a page that's not for community budget meeting for this month?
The easiest way you can actually utilize social media platforms, local authorities. Bulawayo, I know BCC is a very vibrant social media platform, especially on Twitter, Facebook, and that. For instance, full council meetings, they are live streamed on Facebook. And then also on Twitter, you get such notices from, especially from city council. They usually publish schedules. So that's where you can actually harness such information. You can also follow even our pages as residents associations. We actually post that information to our band. We actually have even WhatsApp platforms which you can join. And by Sakamuzi, I know it comes across as if no. What we do is when we post such information, even for our meetings, we now emphasize with including youth. Because we've seen what previously, you find a scenario whereby you have a meeting 150 people and you only have 2 youth. But the population census is reflective of what we have a very youthful local zone. We have a very youthful population in Zimbabwe. Across which city line it's the same with the demographics. I'm youth money.
But I understand and I hope as young people we look for this information so that our voices are heard. Because it's about unemployment, it's okay, let us see the poor. Part of our but I'm saying Katesi is your councillor. Let's just say Claude is our councillor. As a young person, when as a young person, if you're given a platform, now councillor as a young person, we priority go after voting for this person. What is it? We priority voting. Same voting.
Okay, mina njengomuntu ovotileyo ngiyabe ngikhangelela ukuthi ukhansila like mina osePlumtree it's a small town but ngiyabe ngikhangelela ukuthi njengoba imigwaqo eminye vele magoda kuhambeki ngiyabe ngikhangelela ukuthi kona kusiyaphela next year lathi sibe sihambe emgwaqweni lethara ohambekayo lapho kulamasuka khona angekho right ebese lungisile ama projects eqhubeka ama youth esibala isenzela ama youth ama projects lapha kungabi le youth eliba included kuma drugs.
Obona vela ama projects bakwenza ngoba ngikuze usithi baqhubeke
bake emuva bake basenzela ama projects.
We might find ourselves moving to a plant. What would you ask MP wako ukuthi councillor wako ukuthi awenze now that you have voted them? I don't know if you voted the person that won or yena lo sekhona kuyini ofisa ukuthi ngabuya kwenza for wena as a young person.
Personally, I'm more into sports. Yeah. So I think I'm grounds because the grounds that you usually play on the our ends, even the other teams, we have it. I'm a grounds, and stuff. So I was feel offended by those words. I think if they renovate like grounds to every man I remember one time in Lapana it was so hard which is to amanzi because I have for a long time. I think maybe like having bring in more issue amanzi like maybe boreholes. If amanzi ngahamba kuma-taps, ama-boreholes ebekhona. What else? Lemgwaqo. Yeah. I think they should take care of that.
And the reason why I'm asking this question, I'm trying to ukuveza English isihambile as a way of disappearing. But ngizama ukuveza ukuthi okufunwa ngobeki a young person ayisikho okufunwa because ukhona omunye usise ngathi ngikhuluma la wathi no you guys are saying ama MPs awakhulumelani but mina ukhona omunye wambuza even ngihlala enkulumane embuza ukuthi so yena engaso enkulumane embuza ukuthi so njengabantu benjube bangabe befuna ngathi no it doesn't make sense. When okufuna enkulumane ayisikho esikufuna enjube and I'm a young person mina osejube you might not know its situation esihamba kiyo. So the reason why I'm saying this ngiyenzela ukuthi abantu ba-understand ukuthi I might be a young person, we might be young but esikufunayo kuhlukene ubani lobani ufuna okwakhe. Uthe ufuna iground mina iground ayangifuna akwanisa ukudlala ibhola ukhuluma ngemgwaqo mina benza ukuthi ngifuna umsebenzi ngiyabona ukuthi into esizifunayo zehlukene. Now what can we expect ku-local governance ikhathethi njengoba singena in terms of service delivery amagetsi aseqalisile ukuhamba amanzi vele athi sawazi but anyway bese sidingile ama-gas stove but what can we expect njengoba sesi
awumnyama beke mina anso council.
I'm just saying
but what I can no I appreciate you where you're coming from. We are expecting innovation. You know, we are expecting a breed that will actually come up with alternative revenue streams. Uthi as a city we shouldn't rely maybe water account imali ebhadalwa yimlawe be kuphela. Come up with other alternatives. Uthi has been innovative. Look at all the likes of Joburg landline, how their local authorities are actually functioning. We are looking at a breed uthi khathesi Bulawayo you have a fairly young group. That's the good, and there is a mixture. We are fortunate enough to have a mixture of experienced personnel in terms of being within e-government. We have a mix of people who are coming from civil society, from civil society backgrounds. We have a mixture of people who are coming from the business sector. So we are expecting the mix ama skills out, come up with alternative revenue streams that will actually see Bulawayo be resuscitated, ama parks be resuscitated, and ama parks law they should now start generating money for the local authority. Look at the likes of Joburg Zoo. Why can't we have that in Why can't we have that plant? Why can't we have that? The local authority will be at the same time you're tackling a problem ama recreational facilities. At the same time you are tackling a problem with city we don't have enough revenue coming in from the local authority. We now have a source of revenue. We shouldn't have a city whereby mas khuluma ukuthi ngifuna ukuzikhipha mina out ngicabanga ngebhawo. We shouldn't, that's not normal, but we've actually normalized it nje. But we are supposed to have more facilities that will actually benefit a city in terms of growth. Isn't Bulawayo city we want to become a smart city? Whatever development that we are supposed to have, or whatever direction that we are supposed to be headed, or in terms of facilities or new facilities that are going to be built, we are supposed to be moving towards that direction. At the same time, moving at the direction in which we are tackling these other societal problems, drug and substance abuse. We shouldn't ignore that, because the youth, they are the leadership as we call kusasa. So if they are eroded on drugs and substance abuse, which means kusasa lebulawa, kusasa leplam, kusasa lelupani, kusasa of our cities, agula lutu. So we are supposed to be headed that direction in terms of we are heading development-wise, infrastructure development-wise. Sikula sisiya sikamanjalo lama councillors did lawa aware carries. We are supposed to see a revision of our bylaws, a revision of the youth policy local authority. We are supposed to see a new breed of councillor that is willing to engage abantu. For instance, here in Bulawayo the problem in serious yamanzi. We are supposed to be talking about harvesting ilokhu zenizulu lethu, because existence kadesi amanzi agelezayo etown la neswabona mayizulu nililwa ahamba through ama drainage lokhu zeningi, they are wasted. but that water can actually be recycled, clean amanzi lawa, and be put to better use. Ema farms, land. Then we save some of that water, maybe for drinking. We are supposed to be thinking about along those lines. We need a new pretty leadership that will be able to take stock in terms of what do we have as a city, in terms of resources, what we already have, how best can we utilize what we already have. Yeah. So that's what we should expect from the current crop of councillors. Proactive. We want to see abantu proactive. People taking initiative. All right, this is what we have as a city. This is how best we can utilize these resources. From Pan. What do we have as a city that can actually help us in terms of how can residents chip in? How can the business sector chip in? How can different sectors chip in terms of driving a city forward? We are looking for leadership.
Thank you so much, Claude. You said a lot of things, but anything delay drug abuse, and you talk about khathesi nxa kuyi-weekend ngisithi ngifuna ukuthi ngitshaywe umoya, kumele ngitshaywe umoya ngiyibamba, kumele ngitshaywe umoya ngiyemdayivweni, but that's not how it should be. Kulabanye bethu abangathandi sport, so kumele sitshaywe umoya siyabukela i-Highlanders, but ayisithi sonke sithanda ibhola, you know. So izinto zakhona sezizintutshwana okumele ukuthi sihambe kizo, and iBulawayo ingcolile. Ekungcoleni iBulawayo ingcolile kakhulu, ungathuthi uyakhona ukuhlangana nalezi ukuthi ubhoda ngale uhlangana lezi. So yes, we need abantu abazaba proactive nxa sebeku office bayenze sure ukuthi kuyalungiswa izinto, not ukuthi like sihlale sikhala ngento eyi-one. I'm thinking ukuthi njengoba bekhuluma ngokuthi these people when they were campaigning they said a lot of things ezayenza ukuthi ngithina ngithi yes, this person deserves my vote. How do you guys intend on ukuyenza sure ukuthi this person uyenza izinto asithembise zona, lizimisele njani ukuthi liba hold accountable? What's your plan on making sure ukuthi they are accountable, they are transparent? Ukhulume ngama feedback meetings, you guys don't attend ama feedback meetings, then uzabakwazi njani ukuthi this person wathembisa lokho, because siyavota futhi soon, very soon siyabe sivota futhi. Uyabe ungakwazi ukuthi should I vote for this person again or not, because awuzange ulandele izinto adezenza. So how do we intend as young people on making sure ukuthi these people are accountable, are transparent ekusebenzeni kwabo, ukuthi nje unanzelele ukuthi hayi for sure yena wasithembisa ukuthi ngeke siphinde futhi siyetheza inkuni eplant, and for sure asizithezi, but awu-attend ama-meetings. Besides these people, someone said, mabekhuluma ngokusithenga laphana, omunye umuntu sengakhuluma ukuthi ngizalakhela i-railway line, kanti ayisiyo lifuna ukhuluma ngokuthi one of the reasons why kusiba lama meetings lawa is because yena ngabe sithembise izulu lomhlaba, mina ngifuna iqale ukulungisa isiwethu, uyabo. So lina lizimisele njani ukuthi libabone for sure utrack ukuthi umuntu lo usebenza umsebenzi wakhe when you guys don't attend these meetings? Do you even talk to your councillors? Some sort of a communication with maybe WhatsApp group, residents association, or those? I'm disappointed. I think about hold accountable than leaders from the promises that they made and making sure that they are transparent.
It's very important to team. For citizens, you also have a responsibility. How can I put it? Let me find a way in a very simple way. You can say, ungathuma umuntu anemagrosa utambothengisisa kodwa kumele ulandelele ukuzibona ukuthi sinkolesana sithengiwe. Kuyafana lokuthi ma usuvotile lapha, it's the responsibility of a resident or a citizen nje to hold ama-duty bearers accountable. Open ama WhatsApp platforms, you have your phones. Edanani lina lingama-youth, edana lingama-youth li-edu councillor phakathi. You can actually utilize that platform to air out our views and njengama-youth. That's a simple way that you can actually do it. Because umuntu lwana wani kumele vela azoreporta yini. Kumele alazise ukuthi hayi khathesi kule development enje so. There's an issue, for instance, ekulisa out ama-council properties, ama-shops, land. Those are opportunities for our youth. So if you have that platform, just a simple platform like that, you ask you to cancel, stela ubusipostela izinto lezi mazikhona. They can actually out amaloko zenona la anakwapa belisendele those ukuthi hayi khathesi kulama meetings anje council, khathesi kule schedule esinje se counseling, khathesi yalisa ama properties, these are the basic requirements, khathesi kulo msebenzi e counseling, khathesi kuyaqhatshwa kuyathathwa ama touches. They can actually utilize that platform, a simple WhatsApp platform. So it's all about taking initiative thina as ama youth, because okunye ungahlala umelele ukuthi awuzabuye uzayekela ubuya for 5 years, uzasola, but uyenzeni kusoleni kwakho? Usola uhlangana lo Claude so face to face. Also utilize ama organizations such as ama residents association. I know elupane kule lura Lupane, Lupane, it's called Lupane Progressive Residents, Then a plan to Lako, I know there's an RIA corner Lapan, because what we do Tina is we also mentor amanyama RIAs amangana sakulai. We help them get registered. We help them in terms of capacity building. Which for you to be a functional residents association, this is what you are supposed to do. You have ama basic requirements and APC and T. This is how you set up ama structures, because whatever programming as a residents association, for instance, that you are supposed to be doing is supposed to be informed by a band, and you can only do that by having ama structures. So we encourage with abantu abacha, take up those positions, take up those leadership positions. Gulama what development committees, be part of those committees, so that you can actually influence some decisions that are made by ama councillor. Because what development committees, lama constituency development committees, yiko kusukela khona ama projects azayenziwa from what level to constituency level. So if you are not part of those committees, it will be hard to influence directly ama decisions ayenziwa lapha.
Thank you so much, Claude. I hope ngoba ngiyajela ukuthi mase sifundiselina iplan sesicovered, ilupani sesicovered. And aswadingena ama groups ona lawa akhuluma ngawo. That's the only way, because imagine kule shop emele ukuthi ngabe lawe uyahamba ukubabonisa wakho, but because you don't know about these things, and it's important ukuthi lathi the same way wambodela khona umdingi, because uzabuya after 5 years, because kana ngokubuya every after 5 years sebefuna ukuthi sibakhokhe wena wenzeni ukuthi wenze sure ukuthi ukhona khala ngokuthi sabadinga ibhupra bas organize ukuthi uba nabuye wangapha. At least uyakwazi ukuthi ukhala from a point yokuthi no man sizamile that we tried something. Do we have a question for our expert?
Like it's not always the case with ama youths are that for like the case they are not here social media that I so what are we supposed to do then, like something like that, maybe go offline for about 3 days, something like that? How should we do then, something like that and stuff?
Okay, it's very easy. Like I said, take the initiative of creating safe platforms for you to engage as a youth. Let's say through sports. Konapana have engagements, let's say after sports. Maybe have mini 15 to 30 minute meetings. Share each other the information that you have. Yeah. You also, as a person, as a young person, you also have a responsibility to the next young person. Let me share with the other person. Now they have a responsibility to share with the next person. Because I might have all the information, but there's no information that I share. It becomes redundant, it becomes useless. So it's better now as a young person this conversation is supposed to go beyond Minalao, supposed to go to the next person, advise the next person, these are the avenues of services. Lie, they will tell another person. You never know who that information might help. You might find they also have other models that they feel utilize these other models. Or we might be actually be able to umuntu lo ongabuyiyo agcine sebuyile. We are understanding it yakho. You might find which it's very sad which you find ama officials who say abantu vela ama meetings abathandi. There are people with that kind of an attitude. But unless and until they see effort efaka ngabantu ukuthi hayi baba siyakucela, hayi mama siyakucela buya nga. You see. So it takes ukuthi mina lawe lo uqoqoda sibile eminyango uhambe eqoqoda. There are good parties. I-city council ebula antsho vele khona biya upload ama phone number abo, phone number le address. Hayi bathi be vote babesitshela ukuthi bahlala nga. Babe ngakufihli. So khathesi ukushare information enjalo akungabi nzima futhi. Asibaqoqodeleni ezindlini. Hayi qoqoqoqo sibili. Baba isuwa ngale. Baba impompi amanzi. Biye mama asamba. Manje wathi wena sizacenda ngale. Isicela amaslesha sambe siyecenda. You see. The problem esilayo beke ukuthi once we vote these people in power, we forget ukuthi abantu laba baqhatshwe yithi, we forget ukuthi abantu laba bathunywe yithi. Sesifuna bayenza oboss bethu of some sort ukuthi sebengani ngama untouchables ngubangane sesibanika too much respect. Sigcine ngicela sensisayo lokho hamba nginyeqa ukuthi hayi ko councilor kuphe nguhanjwa. Hayi kumele mphe nguhamba ngoba wathi ezocela ivote yakho, wathi ezocela ivote yami, wayebuya la ezoqoqoda lathi asibaqoqodeleni.
I'm happy ngombuza ukuzile because bengizibuza ukuthi yes ama WhatsApp groups but kulezinye indawo ezingena network khona. So yes it's okay ukhulume ngokuthi sometimes even siyakwanisa ukumbiza abuye after ibhora. It doesn't have to be over ifone. Idatha kulenye part okhulume ukuthi balithole ku social media. So baleka ngoso ukuthi idatha liyadura. Abantu abatsha so rawula mbuzo for ukhambi.
Like sometimes ama councillors ethu nje kulesikhathi sokuthi alright let me say so maybe ngihambe namhlanje ngiyemtshela ngesuwa yami ukuthi isuwa phambi kwendlu yami akusahambeki angabuyi namuhla. Kusasa ngihambe futhi ngithi phambi kwendlu yami akuhambeki angabuyi. Ngiyayenza njani? Mase ngimlanda isikhathi eside ngilokho ngihamba ngimlanda ngisamtshela iproblem e1 but engayi attend the problem.
Okay. So some of these service delivery issues, you can actually report it directly to ama local authorities at ama city council yetu. Yeah, you can actually report those directly there. Kodwa ngiyaphinda ungadinwa kodwa uhambe usiyamqoqodela. Uzaza sube kuphela hayi ngcona zathi hayi lo mntana ngisafuna ubona la. Ngoba ungadinwa anje la uvela udiniwe. Ukuthi li akulanda ezahamba kodwa ngamqoqodela every day awuzaza sukuma. Ingcona azasukumizwe ukuthi hayi umuntu ansafuna ukumbona la. Ingcono ngi attend the problem yakhe. Or you can actually utilize even ama councillors from other wards. It has proved to be a very useful method. Ngakuzabe ukhuluma ukuthi MP weNjube akubuze ngezinto ezenzakala eNkulumane. When you are elected to become an MP, you influence policy at a national level. So it's important ukuthi they gain an appreciation of problems not only from our constituencies but gain an understanding of our challenges of a city, of a province, or even at a national level, such that mabe craft umthetho akungabe ngumthetho osuka eWales, akungabe ngumthetho osuka eNkulumane kuphela, but akube ngumthetho oza benefita abantu bonke nje holistically. If masikhala ngokuthi thina i-drug and substance abuse is now a problem elokhuzeni enketha, at a national level it doesn't have that much impact, but inketha ingathi ile similar problem, kumbe Bulawayo yonke ikhala ngokuthi ile similar problem, iHarare ikhala ngokuthi ile similar problem, iMaswingi ikhala ngokuthi ile similar problem. That means at a national level i-government is now has a responsibility to react to a national crisis esikhona, because khathesi it's a crisis ekhona. It's a crisis ekhona lapha eBulawayo, it's a crisis ekhona eHarare, it's a crisis ekhona across all provinces, and something serious needs to be done. And for something serious to be done, kule policy omele ibe khona, kulomthetho omele ucraft in order to guard against that. There are resources in terms of financial resources that need to be invested towards addressing such a problem. siyakuzwisisa but iproblem ayisokuyazakala unless and until ithina size sibatshele thina size sibaqoqodele because whatever ama elected officials la be it councillors be it MPs abakhuluma like I said kumele kube izinto ezisuka kithi.
Thank you so much, Claude. As a young person, I'm learning a lot of things regarding us. Angiko ignorant, but ngiyafunda. You put information sometimes give me I feel that. But njengabantu sesike safunda something ekade sithi asihambe ama meeting. What's your message to a young person othi mina angihambi ama meetings lawa angila interest entweni lezi? Mina ukhansela nxa engafika kuyo, what's your message to that person njengomuntu osefundile ukuthi kuqakathekile ukuthi nxa engabuyi lathi simlande? And from what you are saying ukuthi umlanda azabuye, mina vele I would even mobilize my friends sihambe siyi-5 sifike because i-problem liyani yabe inga-affectiwe anyone, i-affecta sonke. Sihambe kusasa siyi-5 uzaze agcine si-attend. What's your message to a young person osendlini othi mina I don't have interest in these things? Yela abantu laba balanda balathi ungamtshela uthini ukuthi what role can they play ukuthi labo bathi hold these people accountable?
Mina ngingam-encourage ukuthi like attend ama meeting because into ayifunayo yena asiyo engiyifunayo mina and into engiyifunayo mina asiyo ayifunayo. So mina ngizahamba yena athi kafuna ukuhamba, mina ngifike ngikhulume yami imbono engiyifunayo, ngikhuluma izinto engizifunayo, kanti lezo zinto yena usendlini uhleli akazifuni kodwa akasoze ezitsho ngoba akakho. Akasoze ezitsho ngoba akakho but ma engabuya uzakwanisa ukuthi azikhulumele akufunayo.
Thank you so much. Uthi ngokuhamba kwakho your voice is heard, izikhala zakho zizwisisiwe. Happiness, tell the young people ukuthi benze that.
I think they should go because for own benefit. It's again, I mean, so far I've learned like I didn't know it's simple, but I think it's for own benefit. So at least I'm a visit to, so at least I want to see Funayo, and then it can be helpful.
Thank you so much, Happiness. Your last word, Claude, for emuntu nonjenga befisa ukuthi ngabe uyalandela ukuthi uMP sengimkhethile ngifuna ukumbona ukuthi eParliament wenza. Ukhansila sengimkhethile ngifuna uku-attenda ama-meetings lawo. What can you say to umuntu onjengami othi ngifuna ukuthi this 5 years lezi ngifuna ukwenza sure ukuthi ukhansila no-MP wami are playing their part? I voted for the first time, remember, so this time.
Yeah, I think active citizenship is very important. Be an active citizen. Because, why am I saying that? We tend to worry about bread and butter issues. But it all starts with governance issues. If singabala policies aqondileyo, well-informed policies, bread and butter issues will never be a problem. So I would encourage a young person to actively participate in governance issues, be it in public meetings, at a local level, at a national level, or parliamentary debate sessions, and also asking even MPs, because they are given those books, parliamentary sessions, to distribute it to our communities. You might be shocked ukuthi kulabanye abaloke bewaphayile ezindlini zabo ama MPs, but those are supposed to be shared with ama citizens so that they can actually track ukuthi hayi parliament vele kukhulunywa lokhu la lokhu ubani uthini so on certain issues. Kulama public hearings that are actually there in terms of maku review imithetho. As a young person, attend those. Maukuma abo marriage act, attend those so that you have a voice ukuthi hayi thina sithi age of consent ile hayi thina naso kubuye endabeni zamanzi thina sifisa kube nje so attend those meetings. That's my advice to abantu abatsha ukuthi be an active citizen. Abanga register ukuvota behambe be register ukuvota la ngoba you cannot be 18 uyekele uregister ukuvota and be complaining. Ukucomplaina kwakho kucomplaina ngikhetha umuntu obazana uzasebenzela i-community yenu. Kade sesibakhethile asibahlupheni-ke ukuthi abasebenzi manje bebesenzela izithembiso bafana lo muntu okhombisayo nxa ukhombisa nje kulezi thembiso I believe mawusu konje laphana umuntu lana yabuleke kukhumbuza ukuthi hayi kodwa laphana wawunithembisa so lathi asibuyeleni kibo sithi ngesikhathi libuya lapha lisithi thuma mina lali sithi so ayikhanye ke leyo.
I'm smiling ngokukhuluma because nxa usukhuluma ngokhombisa kwalo ukuthi bona angeke ngike ngiletha ngikuya lama words ngizobamba inhlanzi nxa sengibambile angisazihluphi but I understand what you are saying ukuthi lathi futhi as young people asingathi thina sidonsa inyawo. Let's make sure that we play our part in making sure that the person that I voted for uyenza khona khana amthembisa khona, and I'm willing this time around to make sure ukuthi lani voice yami izazwakala. I hope akusoze kube khona ukuzamenzela endleleni yami. And thank you so much to my two beautiful ladies abasenzisa understand why it's important ukuthi si-attende ama-meetings. Ukhulume ngokuthi bengofunayo mina bekayisi uthi ofuna ama-sports i-ground wakhanya efuna ukuthi umgwaqo ulungisekala ndaba because njengamngala moto ule mota ufuna uhambe emgwaqweni. Into esizifunayo as young people azifanani yabo. So thank you so much Claude for making time ukuthi uzosifundisa sizwisise. I hope as young people we learn something from this conversation. That is sikubone kuqakathekile. uClaude uthe as citizens we must be active. See the active to participate. Wasesithi labo labana abasiphetheyo babe proactive, active and proactive. You know what I'm saying? Thank you so much from the Girls Table. Until next time, and don't forget to follow us on our social media pages. Who Twitter is table_girls. Who Instagram is @girlstable. Who Facebook is the Girls Table. Sikhona la ku YouTube where you get to see these conversations. Uzwa ma-expected. Just tell her what to do with sisiphathelani as young people on issues that affect us. Thank you so much. Until next time, from me, your host, Mguni. Thank you so much.